Looks like a handwritten note.
Interesting.
What do you think this means?
I'm not sure there's much to learn from that one.
What do you think this means?
I'm not sure there's much to learn from that one.
This looks interesting.
The first dreamer, references in the annals of dreaming. That's this book right here. And the chapter about the first dream, it's certainly a starting point. Let's see what it says.
Can you read that book?
I've lived in Arcadia for decades, and there hasn't been much to do aside from studying ancient texts, so yes, I can read this book. Let's see, the chapter in question speaks of the Ular. They are said to be wardens of the Dreaming One, whatever that means. It's a rough translation. The English language isn't quite up to the task. The Ular and the Yete, one people that split into two. That sounds familiar. It says here the Yete left the Purple Mountains to go south to burrow into the ground. Something about a well of dreams. I mean, I don't know how much of this is true and how much is fantasy or prophecy. It's a difficult book to decipher. There's also something about two dreamers becoming one. It's vague. This is almost certainly a prophecy of some sort. The Ular live on Cloud Peak. It's in the mountains of Yedra. Where's that on the map? Ah, there it is. Straight north across the plains, right in the middle of the border mountains. This is an old book, so I don't know if they still live there. I've never heard of the Ular. They might all be dead. I'm not sure how useful this is to you, but there it is.
Let's see. There. Cloud Peak, just like the book said. This is it. This shows the way to the Purple Mountains. I'm sure Obnaxus won't mind me borrowing this. I'll return it to him in person. If I make it to Cloud Peak. That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages. That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages. This note fell out from the pages of the annals. What's a soulless stone?
I'm not sure. The soul stone was taken from Luke's by the warlock Klacks. It must be retrieved, or the past, present, and future will cease to be.
That sounds ominous.
It does indeed. I don't know about any soul stone, but I'm guessing this Klacks fellow does. I wonder if Obnaxus means old Roper Klacks. April told me his story. He was a two-bit wizard who resided in a floating castle up north near the border mountains. April said she taught him a lesson. She didn't get into any details, but he lost his castle. Last I heard, he's doing children's theater here in town. Reformed, apparently, if that's a thing a wizard is capable of. Sounds like this soul stone is important.
How do I go about finding it?
The clue's right here in the text. Roper Klacks, wizard and puppeteer. I'd start there if I were you.
I think I have what I need. I should get going. Should we...
Would you mind terribly if I stayed here to read these books?
Well, it's private property, isn't it?
Obnoxus isn't coming back, and I've been itching for a chance to peruse his library for years now. I promise I won't remove anything or make a mess.
It doesn't look like Brian's going to do any damage to the place. He's respectful and curious. It couldn't hurt to let him stay. He might have the best of intentions, but I made a promise to blind Bob. I'd feel awful if anything happened to Obnoxus's abode. It doesn't... I guess... Okay. I mean, it's not my house.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ms. Castillo. I hope our paths cross again very soon.
Didn't you say something about a wizard and a puppet show?
Nope.
No, you did. You said something about a show in the square.
I did not.
Crow.
Oh, right! Roper Klacks' Fingerlings! Man, that show's great! A modern classic!
Klacks. He's the wizard April Ryan fought.
That's right. He was behaving badly, so she fought him and trapped him inside some sort of calculating machine. Pretty clever stuff.
Where can I find this puppet show?
I'll show you.
The city feels all wrong without magicals around. I barely see any Dormari.
If you seek an autograph, you must purchase my book first. It's on sale today, only...
No, sorry. I need to talk to you.
Talk, hmm? Well, I only have a few minutes before my show begins, but I'm sure I can spare a couple of them for a pretty young thing like you.
This has to be the right man. It's an odd name for a children's puppet show. Didn't he and April have some sort of confrontation? You are Roper Klacks, right? The wizard?
Who told you that?
Well, that sign, for one.
No, the wizard part. Who told you?
I mean, I'm merely a humble finger puppeteer trying to make an honest living in a cold and heartless world.
But you were a wizard once.
Fully rehabilitated, I don't go anywhere near sorcery, not anymore. You should really read my highly acclaimed and best-selling memoir, A Farewell to My Wizarding Ways. It's a thrilling story of redemption and romance, of dashing heroes and wicked villainesses, of flying castles and curious calculating devices. Every word of it as true as the night is dark and the day is bright, of course.
It's the Fingerlings.
Ah, my beloved finger puppets, beloved by all, children and critics alike. Gilbert Grotton of the Daily Mercurian called my show simply astonishing and wrote that it was quite impossible to look away. I couldn't believe my eyes and like a slow-motion cart wreck. You see, the Fingerlings represent a revolution in finger puppeteering, or as I call it, fingering, trademark and patent pending. The women in particular are quite ecstatic about it. Stay for the show. I guarantee a good time.
Do you remember April Ryan?
April Ryan? Oh, yes, of course, absolutely, certainly, naturally. The
brave young woman who came to my castle and stole it, and helped me put my sorceress past behind me.
How could I possibly forget?
He's obviously got some issues with April. I'd be curious to learn more. So, about April.
Why does everyone want to talk about April Ryan? She was just a weak little human who stumbled onto things she didn't... No, I must apologize. You see, April and I had some disagreements in the past. I'm past that now. I'm a different person. As for April Ryan... I hear she suffered an ignoble death at the hands of our Azadi benefactors. What a shame. What a terrible, terrible shame.
I might as well get right to it, seeing as his show is about to begin. Do you recall owning a soul stone?
A soul stone? I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just wondering, since there are so many impressive tales about your powers where I come from.
And where would that be?
That was a long time ago. In another life. I've moved on. I'm a different person now in every way.
I was just wondering what happened to the stone.
She took it, that
Bitch. Balance? Pardon me? I don't know where that came from.
Who?
the Yaga, the wicked witch of the north, as these simpletons call her. As if they have any idea who and what she truly is. She lurks in Riverwood in the dark places. She feeds on that stone like a...
Like I said, that's in the past, and I've left it all behind long ago. Now I make an honest living bringing joy to children through my most excellent and revolutionary finger puppet theater. And on that note, I must beg your pardon, young miss. The show is about to begin.
Can we please talk again afterwards? I have some more questions.
Sure. Absolutely. After the show. Yes. Toodaloo.
Yes, here we go. This is gonna be so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and... well, humans. And you, Azadi soldiers standing over there, you're welcome to watch, just don't rattle your sabers or rustle your suits. Welcome to this morning's performance of... The Fingerlings. I am your host and puppeteer, Roper Klacks, esteemed thespian and raconteur, author and entrepreneur. My book is available for purchase with a free personalized dedication. Speak to me after the show. A donation is both appreciated and expected. Drop your coins into the box after the show. Remember that every iron piece goes towards a good purpose.
Woohoo! Go Fingerlings!
My beloved Fingerlings! Handcrafted reproductions of renowned actors from across Arcadia, immortalized in finger puppet form by skilled artisans. Using only the finest fabrics and natural materials, these lovely creatures are as dear to me as children, and as talented and protean as the finest human players. You're all welcome to approach the stage after the show, of course, to admire my finely crafted miniatures up close and intimately. No food, no touching, no children. And now, beloved audience, prepare yourselves for a journey into mystery, for a true story of wizardry and magic. I present to you the tale of the good-hearted wizard and the villainous winch. Once upon a time, in the distant north, there lived a kindly old wizard in a wonderful flying castle. This very friendly wizard liked to tease and toy with the people of the land, and Sometimes he would do silly things like turn them into stone or furry animals and bottle up the wind. Naturally, he meant no harm, and the people of the land loved the wizard like they would a grandfather, a very young and very, very handsome grandfather. But one day, an evil sorceress from a distant land came to visit the kindly wizard. This ugly, selfish witch didn't understand that the wizard was only trying to make people happy. She used her dark sorcery to steal all of his possessions and trap him inside a tiny little box where the gentle wizard was barely able to breathe. The poor old man was trapped for many moons inside this box before a benevolent wandering god arrived to free him from his prison. The wizard pledged eternal allegiance to the wandering god in return for vengeance against the cruel witch who trapped him. Together they...
There he is, Commander. The dangerous loon who's corrupting our youth with his occult finger rings.
What? What's this? What are you doing? What's going on? You can't... Hey! Hey! Hands off!
You're teaching children of magic, old man. You ought to know better.
Release me, you dishonorable brute!
By the authority vested in me by the Greater Azadi Empire and the Emissary, and in accordance with provisional imperial law prohibiting any and all teachings of occult magic, I'm taking you into custody.
You can't do this! You don't know who I am!
Tell it to the magistrate, wizard.
My fingerlings! My precious handcrafted fingerlings! No!
I cannot believe that they arrested him. What a travesty.
I didn't see that coming.
I guess the Azadi aren't fans of creepy puppet shows either.
I think it had more to do with him being a wizard. Okay, shit. So what now? He was my only lead to the Soul Stone. All I have to go on is something about a Yaga and Riverwood.
Riverwood? I know Riverwood. I've been to Riverwood. If it's Riverwood you need, I know how to get to Riverwood.
Really? And the Yaga? The Wicker Witch?
I don't know anything about Yagas, but I do know something about witches in Riverwood. On my last trip there, we had a close encounter with one of them. That witch is toast, of course, but I can probably find my way back to Riverwood. It's north. We go north. Wait, which way is up? Yeah, north.
Okay. Okay. That's something, right? Much better than nothing. We just need a way to get north that doesn't involve me walking all the way.
Or me flying. I'm not flying all that way. I tire easily. Wait. I feel a cunning plan coming on. Follow me, Zoe.
Uh-oh.
It's either a cunning plan, or I need the toilet. But I'm pretty sure it's a cunning plan.
I still can't believe you pulled off the voice and the whole fake hand thing.
The hat looked great on you.
Totally. Not so sure about the beard, though. My face is itchy. Speaking of faces, I can never show mine in Mercuria again. Not after that last bit we did.
If everything goes well, you won't have to.
At least we have a ride. Can I trust this thing?
They're docile cows, the Elguan. Just leave it to me. Mush, Daisy! Mush!
Whoa, I think you're upsetting her.
I'll leave the cowgirling to you. I'll fly ahead and scout the terrain instead. Don't lose sight of me!